I can.
Okay.
Tasmad asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto yacharan karma paramapnoti purushah.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the Supreme. The Supreme is the personality of Godhead for the devotees and liberation for the impersonalist. So there are two kinds: the devotees who want to have a personal relationship with the person God, because God is also a person. So the devotees want to have a relationship with Him. And the impersonalist, they want to get liberation, means they want to be in the Brahma Jyoti, in the light. So a person, therefore, acting for Krishna or in Krishna consciousness, under proper guidance and without attachment to the result of the work, is certainly making progress toward the supreme goal of life. So what is Krishna trying to say is that not Arjuna is told that he should fight in the battle of Kurukshetra for the interest of Krishna, because Krishna wanted him to fight. To be a good man or a non-violent man is a personal attachment, but to act on behalf of the Supreme is to act without attachment for the result. That is perfect action of the highest degree, recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So Krishna is not telling Arjuna, you don't fight. You sit down and I will kill everybody. No, he's telling Arjuna, you fight. You have the capability, you have the ability, you have all the tools that is required to do this, perform this particular duty. You fight as a matter of duty, as a matter of following my desire, and it doesn't matter whatever is the outcome. So when we are acting, we are always saying, oh, what will be the result? Will I be happy with the result? Will I be able to enjoy with the result? Why should I do it if I won't be happy? Even though we are supposed to do something, we say, no, it's too troublesome. Even though I'm supposed to do, I won't do it because I have to take so much trouble. I don't know if you all have had the experience. I've had it. But Krishna says, no, you do your duty. Do it, even if it's troublesome. And do it for Krishna's pleasure. And then what will happen with that? We can go back. We can go back to the spiritual world just by doing that. You know, when we become devotees, it's not that we don't have to do anything. As Prabhupada would say, that the devotees are more busy. Why? Because they are taking care of all the responsibilities that they have. They're not just sitting and doing nothing. They're taking care of all the responsibilities in whatever position they are, because they know that Krishna, somehow or the other, they are in that position. And so for the pleasure of Krishna, they continue doing their duty. And with that, they get detachment to the result. And then that opens their path to go back to Godhead. You know, like for example, the gopis, when Krishna was not there in Vrindavan, it's not that they stopped doing anything. No, they continued doing their work, whatever family duties they had. They continued to do it. And what they were doing simultaneously, hearing and chanting about Krishna, hearing about him, chanting and singing his names and glories. And then they knew if they stop doing their duties, Krishna will not be happy. He won't be pleased. So they continued doing their duty. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna also. You do your duty. You know? So Vedic rituals like prescribed sacrifices are performed for purification of impious activities that were performed in the field of sense gratification. But action in Krishna consciousness is transcendental to the reactions of good or evil work. So there are the Vedas prescribe that, okay, you do this Path, puja, you do this, yagya, you do this, charity, you know, all this. Why? So that your sinful reactions can go away and you can get purified. But what happens with those activities, when we do such purificatory activity, it does not take away our desire to sin. We again have so many sinful desires. Material desire is sinful desire. So it does not take away our desire to sin. But what happens when we are acting for the pleasure of Krishna, it all becomes transcendental. Outwardly, the activities may look the same. You cannot come to know if that person is a devotee or what is his intention. It just depends what intention that work is being done. They could be doing the same work, but one is doing it that I will enjoy for this, you know, and if I will not enjoy, I don't want to do it. Another is saying, I need to do my duty somehow or the other because of my past karma. Somehow or the other, Krishna has put me in this position. Let me just do the needful, whatever is needed of me. Let me just do it. And that is transcendental. When anything we do for the pleasure of Krishna, that is transcendental. And then we do not get any reaction for it. A Krishna conscious person has no attachment for the result, but acts on behalf of Krishna alone. He engages in all kinds of activities, but is completely non-attached. So one can do everything. One can do their business or be engaged in their family life, whatever, some profession, some student, anything. If we just do it with the intention of pleasing Krishna. My dear Krishna, I am doing this duty for your pleasure. Then it becomes transcendental. Of course, at the same time, we continue hearing and chanting. Hearing and chanting should never be given up. It always has to be continued because that is what is going to give us that, by hearing and chanting, we are slowly getting purified, and then only we will have the desire to please Krishna. Then we will be able to do all our activities for the pleasure of Krishna. So, association of devotees, chanting, doing our japa, doing kirtan, all that should be regularly done every day. Is that okay? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, all okay.
Yes.
Did anybody have any questions or comments on this?
No, all good.
Okay. So text 20.
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसंग्रहम एवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि.
Kings just such as Janak attain perfection solely by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. Because Arjuna didn't want to do work. He didn't want to fight. So Krishna is giving him the example of Maharaj Janak. Kings like Janak were all self-realized souls. Consequently, they had no obligation to perform the prescribed duties in the Vedas. So Janak Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord. That's how Mother Sita came as his daughter, you know. She's the goddess of fortune. Then how could just ordinary person be her father? So he's a pure devotee. And so because he's a pure devotee, he has nothing to do. He has no work to do. He doesn't need to be a king. He doesn't need to. But still, because he was in that position, he did all his duties. Nonetheless, they performed all prescribed activities just to set examples for the people in general. Janak was the father of Sita and father-in-law of Lord Rama. Being a great devotee of the Lord, he was transcendently situated. But because he was the king of Mithila, a subdivision of Bihar province in India, he had to teach his subjects how to perform prescribed duties. So we always learn from the leaders, no? What a great man does, common people follow. Krishna will say that in the Bhagavad Gita. So Maharaj Janak, he's the leader of all these people of Mithila. So if he would have neglected his duty of being a king, of protecting them, then what would happen to his citizens? Because he's in that position of a king, although he is a great devotee, and because he was a great devotee, he could do his duties in a very perfect manner, so that he became an example for his citizens of how to perform his duty. Because a pure devotee, he is doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. So when Maharaj Janak, he is ruling the kingdom, he is not ruling that I will be happy, I will enjoy. No, he is ruling that Krishna has put me in this position. Let me make sure everyone is happy, peaceful, protected, because this is my duty, and as well as everyone is increasing, is advancing in the spiritual path. This is the reason that Krishna always wants that the kings, the administrators should be always devotees, so they can guide the other people of how to live peacefully and happily in this life, and at the same time engage in devotional service, gain the transcendental knowledge, so that they can make this human life the last life and go back to Godhead. But now with our modern civilization, the situation is very different. It's very different. Our administrators are not devotees of the Lord. And so they're not able to rule the people. They're not able to give that care, the protection to the people which is needed. That's the reason they are in that position, because they need to take care of the common person. But because they are not devotees, they want to gain some power or enjoyment or some personal benefit by being in that position. So they're not able to do their duty properly. Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the Lord's eternal friend, had no need to fight in the battle of Kurukshetra, but they fought to teach people in general that violence is also necessary in a situation where good arguments fail. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, every effort was made to avoid the war, even by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the other party was determined to fight. So they tried to stop the war. Even Krishna, till the last minute, he became a messenger of Yudhishthira. He went with a peace proposal to Duryodhana that give them only 5 villages and no need to have the war. So they tried, the Pandavas and Krishna, not to have the war, but Duryodhana didn't want to listen. So for the sake of protection of the entire world, at that time the emperor was Yudhishthira. He was ruling the entire world. It was not only India, but all the people of this whole earth planet were under the rule of the king, the emperor of Hastinapur. So for their protection, for their peace, so that they can be taken care of materially and spiritually, so that religious principles could be re-established, then the war was necessary. For such a right cause, there is a necessity of fighting. Although one who is situated in Krishna consciousness may not have any interest in the world, he still works to teach the public how to live and how to act. Experienced persons in Krishna consciousness can act in such a way that others will follow. And this is explained in the following verse. So a pure devotee, he does not have any reason to be performing all this, he can just sit and chant and hear, and he's perfectly happy to do that. or just preach the message of Krishna. But he also engages in whatever other duties he has. Like we see the pure devotees, for example, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, till the time he was in family life, he took care of his family, his children, his business to the best of his capability. Then after a certain age, when you become a vanaprasth, then he became a vanaprasth. That's the natural course of life. So he taught us how that we practically can become devotees. You know, because if he was just chanting and hearing the whole day, right, even when he was 25 years old, we will say, oh my God, it's so difficult. How can I do it? But he taught us, he showed us, no, you do your business, you do your family life, you stay in your home, do whatever you need to do. Just hear and chant. Even Bhakti Vinod Thakur, one of the great acharyas in our line, he was the High Court judge at the time of the British rule in India. And he was such a great judge that the Britishers, he was, I think they say that he was the only Indian at that time to hold such a high position. And he was so valuable that they specially constructed a special railway track so that he could, from his house, reach to the courthouse. You know, that. So he did his duty. It's not that he said, okay, I'm a devotee, so I'm not going to do anything. No, he did his duty. He showed us that how we can live in this world, do our duties, take care of our family, yet become devotees. And then after a certain age, we retire from active family life. We can't be doing that all the time. Then we take vanaprasth, you know. Then if somebody is more qualified, they can completely renounce. That depends. So till the time where the duties are meant to be done, they are supposed to be done, so we can set good example for others. Okay, we have a question here. When I am doing everything only for Krishna, is it okay to ask for acknowledgement? And is there a process of getting acknowledged? Well, who do you need to ask acknowledgement from? Depends. Who do you want to get this acknowledgement from? You know, is it that you need to get this acknowledgement from friends, family, society, that I'm doing it from Krishna? Because also one is that we have the good intention. I mean, one is that we say we are doing it for Krishna. I'm doing it for Krishna. But we also have to look deep within and see, am I actually doing it for Krishna? They are two different things, because we are very easy to say, we hear a lot in the class, oh, then I need to do everything for Krishna. So, okay, I'm doing everything for Krishna. We say it, but we should see, do we actually mean it? In the sense, do we offer the result to Krishna? Do we connect our activities to Krishna? Do we offer the result to Krishna? So, but I'm not able to understand, Vishal, about, is it okay to ask for acknowledgement? So who do we need the acknowledgement from? Is it from friends and family that, okay, don't bother me that I'm doing it for Krishna? But you know, if we are actually doing something for Krishna, then we do not need acknowledgement from, of course, we have to consult with if we have a spiritual mentor, a spiritual master, so that we know we are doing the right process, we are on the right path, that it's not just based on our own mind. And yeah, we can take guidance from our spiritual mentor or a spiritual master. Is that okay? I'm sure you would have further question. Spiritual master can guide, yes. Spiritual, that's the duty. The spiritual master can guide us how we can live peacefully and happily in this world, and as well as continue with our devotional process. He can. Yeah. And that's why it's so important for each of us. Hare Krishna. So were there any other questions or comments? Okay, so we can try to endeavor, and even if one thing we offer to Krishna, we offer some water to Krishna. My dear Krishna, this is for your pleasure. Please, kindly, this water also you are giving. I didn't create the water, but please, out of your kindness, please accept this water. Or if we are taking care of our family, my dear Krishna, although it is very troublesome, my duties are very troublesome, but somehow the other, I need to do it for your pleasure. Please give me the strength to do it. Please give me the love and devotion by which I can do it. We can always, prayers are very powerful, and we can keep praying to Krishna. So, it's 4:43. Shall we stop here because we'll also chant one round?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So let's chant one round. I will turn off my camera. Jai Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Have you all finished chanting?
I'm done.
Done? Well, did anyone have any questions or comments or anything to share? Anyone wanted to share anything?
I just need some help, actually.
I'm sorry?
I just need some help.
Oh, yes.
And so I, tend to forget, like how Vishal said, no, do everything for the pleasure of Krishna. You dovetail all your activities in that process. But obviously 100% we can't, we are not at that level only. So let's not even get there.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, so much more, you just tend to forget. And then you realize, should I have done that? Would that have been pleased Krishna? And the answer comes no, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm there too. I can relate to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Try and,
Yeah, but at least we just have to keep trying more and more. See, if we are able to do even one thing in a day, let's begin with, for example, and then we can build on that. So one thing I can do for Krishna in a day for his pleasure. Krishna, this is only for your pleasure, nothing to do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then we can build from there, you know. So, yeah, because at our level, what can we expect, right?
Zero.
But at least let us not give up, because,
No.
yeah.
Even Srila Prabhupada said the family people, it's more difficult for them anyways, because they're doing so many other things as well. So whatever we do, whatever endeavor we put in towards our spiritual life, we just have to offer it to Krishna. And then by his mercy, I think somewhere along we'll get somewhere.
We are getting, it's all his mercy.
Yeah.
That we are even having the understanding to reflect that, oh, should I have done it? Would it have pleased Krishna? Would it have pleased Prabhupada? It is by his mercy we are at least able to reflect that. Otherwise, whereas before we didn't even have that consciousness,
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we can always encourage each other, I guess. That's very helpful. And
a sort of a check, checking on each other, and
I think that really helps to just be on the path. And also, like how Bhakti Charu Maharaj would say, that if you're a devotee and you have deity in the house, or you have even an altar in the house, so all the endeavor you're doing to maintain the house is also devotional service. Your all the endeavor that you're doing, your whatever, it could be to make the money or to whatever, all that comes. So all that is gradually purifying our consciousness, making us situated in the correct platform. Today I was, because on Saturday, Sunday, I attend the Bhakti Vaibhav class. And so today was the thing, somebody was asking, how is it in the spiritual world? Are there genders there? What happens there, So then Maharaj replied that there is, of course, the male form is there, female form is there. Of course, the spiritual gender is that we are all servants of Krishna. And over there also people have families. There is husband, there is wife. People are doing their work. It's not that people are not doing anything. Like in Vrindavan, everybody's a Brajbasi, so the women are milking the cows, or the men are, doing their farming or whatever. There are activities, but everything is, oh, Krishna will be happy with us.
Yeah.
Then so Srila Prabhupada gave us this, he showed us practically how could we have this Vrindavan consciousness. Gradually we can practice, and soon we'll be with Krishna.
Yeah. It's a process basically, and one has to be sincere.
Yeah.
I think.
Do we really want it? That's what Krishna asks. Do we really want it? Because it's very easy to say, but actually we have a lot of material desires. So is our desire to control more, or is our desire to go to Krishna more? But by the more we hear and chant with the devotees, so even that tiny desire which we have, it'll get bigger and bigger to be with Krishna. Yeah. And so our other desires will gradually reduce.
Yeah, and that's such an automatic process, actually. It's so beautiful,
Yeah, we don't have to what do you say? Whatever.
Put extra effort into all these things,
Yeah, it happens. It just happens.
Yeah, it happens by His mercy and your Guru's mercy, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have to continue, be on the path, as you said, be sincere, have that sincere desire, and continue with chanting, hearing, associating with the devotees, because that's what gives us the strength,
Yes, the congregation matters. That's why it's so important to go to the temple, be with other devotees, interact with them. It just helps so much.
Yeah, a lot. And unfortunately, because of COVID, we are not able to physically meet, but we have at least the internet. We can have association on the internet.
Yes, in whatever way associate with others.
Yeah, so that's helpful. We can just try. What can we do? We are here.
Yeah, and of course he sees everything, and he's very merciful.
Yeah.
So,
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah. Yes. It's nice to talk, right?
Oh yes. Yes, we are all in the same boat, right? We have the same goals, and the same challenges.
Yeah.
The same challenges. Yeah, but thank you. Thanks for sharing. Haribol. Chandra Didi, did you have any question? Thank you for joining in.
The recording is still on. Is it okay?
Yeah, recording is on, yeah. But if you have question, we can... Oh, yeah.
No, actually Vishal ne jo pucha, Vishal asked about the acknowledgement. I have feel कि अगर कृष्णा को ऑब्जेक्ट मानते हैं तो एक्नॉलेजमेंट की जरूरत पड़ती है कि आई एम डूइंग समथिंग फॉर कृष्णा, बट अगर सब्जेक्ट मानते हैं कि ही इज आवर इनर सोल तो इंस्टेंट रिजल्ट मिल जाती है. एक्नॉलेज तो होता है कि इन्हें इनकैश कराना है फ्यूचर में कि देखो मैंने आपके लिए किया, फ्यूचर में यू शुड. बट अगर अपना ओन पार्ट ऑफ यानी सोल मानते हैं तो इंस्टेंट डिफिकल्ट टाइम में ओ कृष्णा हेल्प मी, तो उस इंस्टेंट रिजल्ट मिल जाती है. एक्नॉलेजमेंट की जरूरत नहीं, दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं, इंस्टेंट यानी लाइक फ्रैक्शन ऑफ फ्रैक्शन. या ग्रेटिट्यूड भी करते हैं तो इंस्टेंटली उनको फीलिंग आती है कि शेयर करने से ओ कृष्णा प्लीज, यानी इतना जो ग्रेटिट्यूड में चाहिए तो रिजल्ट अगर अपना समझते हैं. कहीं टाइम डिवोटी ग्रेट डिवोटी अगर ज्यादा डिवोटी इतना ऑब्जेक्ट मान के चलते कि आई एम डूइंग फॉर यू कृष्णा कृष्णा, देखते हैं आगे चलकर वो इतना अगर कुछ सिचुएशन आ गई और उनको यानी उनके फेवरेबल नहीं हुई तो उनका पूरा टूट जाता है विश्वास कि कृष्णा आई डिड सो मच फॉर यू, so much for you, because we think he's an object. He's not an object. Krishna is our soul, so we are doing for
is not our soul.
So like
is not our soul. We are our own soul, not the body. We are not body. We are the soul. Krishna is the super soul. He is a separate person. He's not us. We are not Krishna. He's a separate person. And it's true, if we do something really for his pleasure, we do not need acknowledgement from anyone else, because we will get the acknowledgement within our heart. We will feel the bliss in our heart. But that's the reason I told him he needs to check with his spiritual guide that what he's doing, is it really for the pleasure of Krishna? Because many times when because we are all new in this process, so in our mind we might think, oh yes, this is what is pleasing to Krishna, and I'm doing it for the pleasure of Krishna, I'm doing it. But are we actually doing for the pleasure of Krishna? So that we need to discuss that with our spiritual guide, and then if we are doing it with properly, automatically that need for acknowledgement won't be there. As you correctly said, we don't need to acknowledge, it's true, but also remember that Krishna is not our soul. No. We are one soul, Krishna is another. He is the supreme soul. You just spoke about it before the class actually today.
Okay. The result to instant मिल जाती है ऐसे purpose क्या है यानी connect करने से like what is the purpose of devotion?
Once we connect to Krishna, automatically we'll experience happiness, bliss, fearlessness, because he has all the qualities. Yes.
दिए से दिया जलना ऐसे ना कि जला हुआ दिया और पूजा हुआ दिया उसको आगे करते तो like we are like Krishna is like a दिया and we अगर दिए से जलाते ना एक दिया दूसरे को दिए से जलाते ना तो maybe he is a super soul and we are soul. The purpose ये होता है ना कि हम भी वैसे अपनी जागृति में रहें, आत्मा की जागृति में रहें, सोल की जागृति में रहें. Because maybe I can be wrong.
I'm not able to understand.
Krishna बोलते ना Lord Krishna only says कि 4 purpose के लिए devotee आते हैं. एक तो उनको व्यवहार का कुछ काम होता है वो ये करके किसको पीड़ा होती है वो सॉर्ट आउट करने के लिए, और एक होता है कि उन्होंने जो नॉलेज है यानी लाइक वो एनलाइटन है, उनको कोई संजोग उनको तंग नहीं कर सकता है. तो हम भी भले वैसे स्थिति नहीं है लेकिन लाइक वी कैन बी लाइक भले मशाल है वो लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज मशाल, बट अपना दिया तो जला सकते हैं कि एटलीस्ट कोई भी संजोग हमको डुबा नहीं सके. एनी सिचुएशन or any
Krishna says 4 type of people come to me. Arthati, Jigyasu, and Jnani. So 4 type of people: those who are distressed, those who are seeking wealth, those who are inquisitive, and those in knowledge. They come to me. He says that 4 kinds of pious people come. Yes, and Krishna is the original, as you're saying, candle. But wo jo diya jalte dusra hai, those are all Krishna, Vishnu Tattva. We are not Vishnu Tattva. We are Jiva Tattva. Krishna is Krishna Tattva. Lord Ramachandra is Vishnu Tattva. Mana, these are all Vishnu Tattva. The category of God. We are not in the category of God. We are Jiva Tattva. Yes.
Until and unless we are not realize our soul, after realizing our real nature, if still we are Jeev soul, then what is the purpose of realizing the real soul? Naturally, there will be a difference. That's why our Rishi Muni used to go in jungle to realize the self.
After realizing our soul, then what?
Some difference will come, na? Like why we are suppose that we say self-realization. So it doesn't mean body realization or mind realization or buddhi realization. Lord Krishna was only told, मन से परे बुद्धि है, बुद्धि से परे आत्मा है. तो अगर soul जानते, after realizing the soul, not just hearing the soul, after realizing the soul, तो we will not be the same like a Jeev Tattva. Naturally,
we will still be Jeev Tattva. We have to understand. We are always Jeev Tattva. We can never stop being Jeev Tattva. Only thing is we will be situated in pure consciousness. Right now we are covered. We have material desires. We have lust, greed, anger, envy, ego. All that will go away because the pure soul does not have those things. The pure soul has only love. So, but our Tattva will not change. We will only, what will happen is we will understand, oh, I'm not this body. I was thinking I'm this body. And that's the reason I was always envious. And I was so proud and so arrogant and so angry. But somebody who self-realized knows, I am a Jeev Tattva. And what I have to do, I have to engage in bhakti. That is self-realization.
a drop of water cannot be like an ocean, right? We are Jeev Tattva, we cannot.
Yeah.
But if I drop in this ocean, so there is no difference. There is no existence of the drop. So
Yeah,
when
but
my ego is there,
inside
then I am Jeev Tattva.
But inside the ocean, that is, yeah. But we have to understand, inside the ocean, there are big sharks and there are dolphins also. They do not become the ocean. They live inside the ocean. They play inside the ocean. They thrive inside the ocean. So the devotee is like that. It's like how, suppose, means self-realization, suppose, huh? Now we're talking self-realization. There is a green bird who's entering a green tree. So then, because you cannot see the bird, you say, oh, the bird became a tree now. But is that true?
No, not at all.
Not true, right? The bird is on the tree.
Right.
So the bird is different and the tree is different. Although from your vision, you can't see it, but if you go close, you will see, the bird is sitting on the tree. But because they're green color, same. Krishna is Sachidanand, we are Sachidanand. When we get self-realized, we will understand our position, we will understand his position, but we will not become him. We are never going to become Krishna. We never ever can become Krishna. We cannot become God, although we want to become God. That's the reason we are here in this material world. That's the reason each of us is here, because of our desire to become God. And so because we, in this material world, we are able to realize, I'm not able to control anything. I'm just ending in frustration. So then so then we make up this thing. Okay, after I give up the body, then I will become God. Now I'm inside the body, so I'm not God. But after I give up the body, then I will become God. But that is not right. We can never ever become God. Only God is God. That's the meaning of God. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So self-realization means we have to understand who we truly are. The soul. What's the quality of the soul? What's the nature of the soul? What's the size of the soul? What's the activity of the soul? What's the relationship of the soul with God? That is self-realization. Yes.
Yeah. One more question. You always talk about the devotees, real devotees. So in every birth, if we desire for the devotee, so how we'll return in our own house? For being a devotee, we need the body. And we don't want that come again and again, same this material world.
Yeah.
So both things are contradictory.
Yeah, so we should desire to go back home. We should not desire to come back here.
But if we are next birth also, I want to be a devotee. So for devotee, I need a body.
Okay, so now we have to understand. Okay, how does a pure devotee think? You see, we are not pure devotees, so we are not able to understand. So we think,
very true. That's true.
So we say body means frustration, body means fear, body means unhappiness, body means suffering, right?
Very true. But, because of ego.
Yes. And
false ego.
False ego, that's right. So we should say, let me do devotional service in this life and go back to Krishna. I don't want to come back here. Because we're not pure devotees. So we say, let's do bhakti now. Let's give up the body, go to the spiritual world. But the pure devotees, they can pray. We are not pure devotees, but the pure devotees, they can pray. My dear Krishna, I just want to serve you life after life. Why? Because they are not on the body platform. Although they take the body, although they are inside the body, their consciousness is that I am a spirit soul. I am servant of Krishna. Anything and everything I do is for the pleasure of Krishna. So how can I please Krishna more and more?
Bobby, मैं मतलब यूँ अगर मैं किसी टीचर को पकड़ेगी, अगर उसने मेरे को डिग्री नहीं दिया, उस तरह से मेरे को ये नहीं किया, तो आई विल नॉट कैच। अगर कृष्णा का मेरा इंटेंशन है कि उनसे हाउ उसकी जो अंदर की जो सिचुएशन है कि कोई संजोग उसको तंग नहीं कर सकते हैं, अगर वो पर्पस यही है कि उस जैसा उसको जो नॉलेज है वो अटेंड करके हम भी यानी ये लाइफ एंड डेथ के सर्कल से निकल सके, that is the reason of the devotion. Otherwise फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट ये नहीं होता कि चलो कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए। हाँ ये है कि कुछ मटेरियल थिंग नहीं चाहिए, लेकिन हायर पर्पस चाहिए कि जैसे कि बाकी सबसे छूट जाए ऐसे।
हाँ, तो क्या है कि जितना हम और भक्ति करते जाएंगे ना, फिर क्या होगा, जितना भक्ति करेंगे तो all the desires will be purified, and then what will we say? I want to go back to Krishna, where Krishna is.
Yeah.
So I can continue to please him there. It's not that I do hearing and chanting here, I work for the pleasure of Krishna here, and then when I give up this body, then I get liberated, then what do? I do nothing. What do I do?
But devotee demand for the Vrindavan. I don't. God is all pervading. Why only particular place? I will not desire कि अगर समझो इतना special हो तो अभी भी I have a chance. Why shall I waste the next birth? I have chance. I can spend some few months or few weeks in Vrindavan and can experience कि really place count करते या inner का intention. I feel like my buddhi, I don't know, my false ego. Just like this way. So I don't know, maybe
Prabhupada used to say, we cannot go to Vrindavan just by buying a ticket.
Okay, yeah.
We cannot experience Vrindavan by buying a ticket.
Okay,
now,
right.
When we say that a devotee wants to go to Golok Vrindavan, we are saying the Golok Vrindavan, after we leave this body, after we die, where the soul will go. We want soul to go to Goloka Vrindavan, which is not
Golok Vrindavan which is in India.
No, that is not on this earth. That is not on this earth.
That is a different thing.
Vaikuntha. That is in Vaikuntha. And it is the highest planet in Vaikuntha.
So that was case.
In Vaikuntha also there are many planets.
Very true.
Goloka Vrindavan is the highest planet. So what a devotee says that I'm hearing and chanting about Krishna now on this earth, and after I die, I want to be seeing Krishna face to face. I want to see him. I want to talk to him. I want to please him. I want to continue to chant his name. So that's why I want to go to Golok Vrindavan, because Krishna lives over there. Because after we die, what is the soul going to do? As we were saying in the morning, there is no rest in peace for the soul. When somebody dies, we say rest in peace. But for the soul, there is no rest in peace. The soul, after we die, we give up this body, we will take up another body. There will be another birth till the time we are in the material world. But if the soul is purified enough, that I don't have any material desire anymore. I don't want to come to the material world. So where will the soul go?
Material world nahi, but not physical body also. My mind, my false ego will always demand, Lord Krishna, I'm ready to do the devotion, everything, japa and everything. But I want to know the knowledge which you have.
That's
so
good.
That I can also be free from all the suffering and all.
That's
not
correct.
Like,
yeah, that's good.
It cannot be. Is it my false ego or is a correct desire?
It is correct desire. We have false ego, of course. We have it.
Of course, no. We have to dissolve that ego.
Yeah. But it is a correct desire at our stage, because till now we are not yet pure devotee. So,
very true.
Yes. So, of course, Krishna, I'm doing your bhakti. I don't understand anything, but I have the sincerity that you will take care of me. I leave myself in your hands.
Very true. Yeah, very true. This is helping. Surrender was helping you a lot.
Yes. So that is correct. That is correct. Keep that mood.
Yeah. and he's arranging the group like you, like he associated with all the nice
Krishna's
devotees.
arrangement.
That is also,
Yes, it's his arrangement. He's bringing us together. So
yeah.
stop here.
I'm extremely sorry. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry if I spoke wrong or if I asked any invalid question.
No.
I want to ask you.
Invalid. No, don't worry.
Because
No, don't worry. We are all clearing up.
just I want to express so that any that false ego should not block my way.
Very
So
good.
that's why I want to express what I am feeling, what I am experiencing, and day by day, it is helping. Whenever I am asking, so I am feeling little better. Like I am getting the right vision
Very
towards
good.
the Krishna. Yeah, I'm very from bottom of the heart. Thanks to you, and you are all friends, lovely friends.
Thank you. Thank you. So it's good. Keep asking the questions because Krishna can see your sincerity. He can feel your sincerity. So it's good that you have this desire to clear your doubts. That's very good. So please continue to hear and chant and ask questions.
And thank you for giving me extra time to sort out my all doubts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.